And hello.
Welcome to Ask Us Anything. We're absolutely delighted that you're choosing to be with us
On this beautiful sunny Sunday we're still in Florida. We'd be outside, but there's so many people down in Florida, in this part of Florida where we are with spring break, that I don't know if we'd have a great internet connection. So we decided, plus it's hot out there. We've been outside.
And, yeah, it's gridlock.
Yeah,
Trying to get any
it looks
place
like I got a
and
little
stuff.
red from the sun. You look tan. I look red. Oh well. So welcome everybody. We're delighted to be with you. We were off last week because
we had our family here. We had two of our kids with their spouses and their children, and it was a delightful week.
It really was, and it's the closest we've come to an actual vacation. There's only 2 or 3 things we had to do last week, and it was really nice. You know, we did the podcast that went out last week in advance, and we did some of the other stuff, and we just hung out with the grandkids, and the kids had 10 people with us. They've all gone back, and it's a little lonely, but it's so nice and quiet.
Yeah. We miss them. I got to get the sand toys off the patio and do a few things.
Yeah. So we've been down pretty much for most of 3 months now in Florida since January. We've been here doing some traveling with this as kind of our base, and we'll probably be here for a little bit longer yet, but we're excited to be here. Hey, we got several announcements for you tonight. The first one is watch this week's podcast, listen to this week's podcast. We've got some big announcements for us and our plans and some things we're really excited about. And we'll share those with everybody on the Wednesday podcast, because they're longer things that we want to explain and share some of the details with. We shared some of them with our members and our special community, those who support us on Facebook and those who support us on YouTube. We did a little members only supporters thing. And one of the things for them is a gathering that we're doing just for members and supporters. And that will be in October. We limit it in size, and we don't throw it open to the whole community because we just can't handle as many people. But we do that. That's our membership stuff, if you're not sure. Some of you here support us with super chats, those of you on YouTube, and we thank you for those. Mostly, we want to thank everybody for just tuning in and spending some time with us this Sunday night. Starting which, we do have something for everybody. And as you know, we run these giveaways from time to time. And for the last couple of weeks, we've been doing one that's perfectly timed for the start of a new RV season. We're giving away 4. They're called Think Tank RV organic holding tank treatments. And this is something that we are now using in our RV, and it's a natural thing. The ingredients naturally inhibit the growth of all this junky bacteria. It enhances the proliferation of beneficial bacteria. The bottom line is this Think Tank RV organic holding tank treatment eliminates odors, and it really helps the decomposition of waste in your black tank. And we're now using it in ours. And the Think Tank has graciously agreed to give 4 of them away to our followers who joined our sweepstakes. And Jennifer's got the names of those winners.
We have Michael from Belmore, New York.
Thank you, Michael.
Mary from Munising, Michigan.
Home of the Pictured Rocks
Yes,
National Lakeshore.
Beautiful part of Michigan. Diane from Sarasota, Florida.
On the Gulf of Mexico.
And Teresa from St. Albans, West Virginia.
Almost heaven. So congratulations to all of you. You'll be getting those directly from the folks at Think Tank. And we want to thank Chris Cowley over on YouTube for helping to keep everything there running well. Helping us with Facebook and moderating the questions we get is our great friend Phyllis Cara. And Phyllis, I'm putting you on camera because we want to show one of our new designs. We've been talking about it. For those who don't, some of them are watching us on big screens and they can read it. But for the others, it's talking about a perfect RV day, and it says, what are they?
It says camp, and I taught my grandchild to read all of these words today, so it was a learning T-shirt. So it says, my perfect day: camp, boondock, hike, explore, gaze at stars, breathe clean air, make campfires, chill out, and repeat.
That's a great one, and that's one of
and
our.
it's a short sleeve t-shirt. It's really nice. It's really soft. I really like it a lot. It's got that springy color. I don't know if the color comes over, but it's kind of a greeny aqua color.
Yeah, it looks really sharp, and we've got some new designs and really great spring summer colors, and you can find those. We can put that up and give them the address.
I gotta find it.
Yeah,
there it is.
So you can see those are out there, and we've got ours coming here to us in Florida.
Yeah, we've got to get out of this gray.
Yeah.
Well, you might have some gray ones coming too. So.
I like the gray's they say gray's one of the hottest colors, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Phyllis, and thanks for being our model as well. And, you can find those. So that's all pretty good. But now we've got a million questions from all of you, and we're going to try and take as many as we can. And again, it's so fun to be able to interact with you around kind of like our virtual campfire here on Sunday nights. So let's start off with our very first one from Linda Ward. She was waiting. Linda's usually first every Sunday, and she's in Robbinsville, New Jersey, with a question.
Okay, are you going to tell us what new RV you are going to get to go with your new truck? I think a truck camper.
Well, we're not going to tell you until, but who says it's just an RV? Well, we've got a lot. Stick with us on the podcast on Saturday.
Are we going to get a fleet?
Well, maybe. And it won't. I guess we can. Well, I'm not going to say anything about the truck camper either because I don't want to say anything yet. But we're pretty excited. It's a big announcement, and we'll want to really share it properly. And I'm waiting for a couple of more details on some of the things. But yes, I can tell you that there are some things in the works for us like that. We are still both feet full into the RV lifestyle. In fact, as you'll hear in the podcast on Wednesday, we're certainly more invested in it now than we've ever been before. But we'll let you know, and we'll have lots to say. Ed Richards, our friend, is there, and he says greetings from South Louisiana. The weather's fine there. He's just across the Gulf of Mexico, just down the shore from us here in the Panhandle of Florida. And Jerry Cornelius, have replaced your Bay 751 locks with a different lock. I think he's talking about the main lock into the RV. You think that's what he's talking about?
I think so.
I don't know what Bay and what 751 locks.
It's either the lock to enter the RV or else it's the locks on your have to get into your storage from the outside.
Oh, I bet the 751 is that same thing. No, we have not done that. We have not done that. I don't have a lot of valuable stuff that somebody's going to get out of there, but we haven't. A lot of people have done that. Those are the ones, I don't have my keys with me, that single key that everybody gets that unlocks those storage compartments. And the reason they did that is because for RV dealers, they don't have to carry 500 keys for the 500 RVs. They can use the same key, but criminals have been getting those keys and they can get in. But that's something we probably should do in many of the new RVs that are out there. Have individually keyed locks or special locking systems that have bypassed that. So the newer ones won't have that problem.
I hate to tell you this, but you say, they made that so they wouldn't have the keys for the outside storage areas. They still have to carry 1 million keys to get in the doors.
Yeah, because every door is thing. But yeah. I guess,
they haven't come up with one key for everybody's door.
Yeah, it's just easier. It's cheaper for them. They buy the same lock, same key, But anyway, on the newer ones, new RVs, we noticed that particularly at Tampa, we saw it also at Hershey in the fall. Most of the new RVers have their own individually private keyed. So that's good. For a minute, I thought you were talking about the door on our main entry door to the RV. And yes, I did replace that. That was the standard door that worked off of a key fob. Sometimes it would just arbitrarily not work off the key fob. And so we replaced that, to be 2 years ago now, with the RV. I think it's just called RV lock, and it's a It's a touchpad combination that we use. It does have a key fob too that works, but we love that touchpad.
Yeah, we love that. Not having to carry a key.
Yep. So that's what I thought you were talking about
wonderful.
first. So thanks. Ron Wijzenka.
And he's giving us greetings from upstate New York.
Good to see you. Bradley Olson.
When are you able to select your campsite at a state park? What are things you look for in your selection? What are the things you avoid? And thanks again for all you do. I suppose it varies from state to state as to when you can select your campsite. You better find out, what state you're interested in and get them. Because like in Michigan, I think it's January and a lot of the state parks fill up like
I think
in a week.
A typical one is they will let you book 6 months in advance. I think Florida now will let you book a year in advance. So each state is different, as Jen says. But almost every state has a situation now online where you can call up a map of the campsite and see the campsite.
Mm-hmm.
And you can they also have usually like a little pictures of the campsite as well. So you get a quick idea of what's around it. What things should they look for when they see that picture?
Well, level. If you can get any indication whether it's level or not. If very few have cement pads.
Yeah, but
Very,
that's
very
always
few.
nice if you have cement. You don't have any mud.
You have to think about trees. Do you really want to be by all the trees with spring? With insects?
A lot of people don't want to be across the way or right next door to like a playground because
Or a bathroom.
Or a bathroom because you'll have a lot of traffic all hours of the day and night going in and out of that. Some people don't like to be at the end of a street because there's all the traffic on two streets, because as it moves around. So those are the kinds of things, and most of the things you can see from that map or from the photo with the map.
Now, normally we like a spot that's on a body of water.
Yeah. If you can,
Other people might not want that, but we want a pretty view to look out and see what we can see.
We also tend to, if we can, if it's very crowded, we look for the back of the campground that borders woods, for example, or a tree line or something like that, so that we don't have RVs in front of us and behind us and next to us. It's nice to at least have the back end of it open a little bit.
We don't want to back right up to another row of RVs. And some people might like being close to the bathroom, the showers and everything, and other people, it's a big no-no.
Yep. So,
how hospitable you are, whether you want to say hi to everybody.
Yeah. Hi, how are you? Hi, yeah. So those are some of the things. I hope that helps, Bradley. Thank you for the question. Nancy Mazie.
Thanks for all the information about dewinterizing. We successfully dewinterized and are spending a long weekend in
Shinkoti. I don't know where that is. I should know. I've heard of it. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but good. I'm glad you got dewinterized. It's not that hard, is it? It's like everything else with an RV. When you look at the step-by-step directions, it seems, I got to do all this stuff. But when you actually see it, it's just, I turn this, I turn that, and I'm good. We've now dewinterized, I think, twice this year, and hopefully we won't have to now when we head back to the northern climates in a few weeks. Thank you, Nancy. Eric Miller.
The Unity twin bed. Nasty surprise heading out this weekend with flat rear interior tire. Oh no. Any advice on good tire maintenance?
Well, if your unit, which is at least travel van Unity twin bed, yours is on the spinner chassis and you have a tire pressure monitoring system on it, so you can check and see if your pressure's okay. Get in the habit of doing that. Always inspect your tires. If it's been sitting for a long time, it's always good to drive that thing, move those tires around a little bit.
Well, this is an interior tire. It sounds, I automatically think of like a nail.
That's probably what it was. A common failure on many RVs are in fact, I have one on mine. I've got a slow leak on the stem, and I'm hoping to get that fixed this week. But I always carry we bought it a year or two ago. I carry a small little air compressor that runs off the battery of the RV. And before we take off for a trip, I've got to hook that up. And my best advice for the tire maintenance is run it at the recommended pressure. Don't overinflate and do not underinflate. Either one of them will wreck your tires up. So keep it as close as you can to the recommended pressure on the tire.
And that's a tough one, those interior tires.
Yeah, they're harder to reach, and you got to get down on your hands and knees, crawl under there a little bit, reach under there. But check them out and keep them as close as you can to the regular pressure. And sometimes on these RVs, it's very hard also to have somebody service them. Like I'm having trouble here in Florida getting somebody to service my tires. Oh, we can't handle anything that big. Well, it's not that big. It's a Class C RV, but it's just hard getting service for anything these days. But so I have my own pressure thing. I'll do that, but we'll see. Shirley Benoit, thank you, Shirley. Shirley, thank you. She's her favorite trio, Mike, Jennifer, and Bo. She gave us a $4.99 super chat on YouTube. Thank you very much, Shirley. That means a lot to us. And I don't know, where is Bo? He's very
right
quiet.
Behind us.
Oh, is he? Okay. Jerry Cornelius again.
When will your travel guide be available for the Natchez Trace? Heading there after the escapees in Lebanon, Tennessee.
Yes, Lebanon, Tennessee for the big escapees. We were asked to come and speak and do a seminar at that, and it turns out we have something else on our schedule that weekend. We really would have loved to have been there in Lebanon with the escapees, one of our favorite groups. Well, I've got news for you, Jerry. It's coming out, ta-da, a week from today. It's done. Phyllis and I were just talking off camera before we went live. We have it's pushing 100 pages. It is our stop-by-stop 7-day adventure guide to the entire Natchez Trace. As many of you know, that's one of our favorite drives anywhere in the country, and we absolutely love it. I was just asked on doing an interview for a network TV show about RVers and mileage, and how do you handle the rising fuel costs? And I said, well, find a great road to drive on where you can drive under 60 and not be a traffic hazard. And I said, like the Natchez Trace, because the speed limit there is, I think it's 50. It's our favorite ride. Our property in Tennessee that we bought is 25 miles from the Natchez Trace. And our book will be out a week from tonight. It's in the very final stages right now. It's an ebook, so you download it, and it goes on sale a week from tonight. Those of you who are members and supporters, you will get a discount code. We'll send you a discount code for it on Saturday night. But the rest, it's just $7, so it's not that expensive like all of our other travel guides. A week from tonight, it's done, and you'll love that trip, Jerry. And June's a great time to go. May's a great time, even April. So I think the last time we did it for this book with all the pictures was in April. Bill Condo with a question.
Okay, hello from Cincinnati. Any updates on fiber internet service at your Tennessee property? Still considering buying there as well?
It's basically there. The problem is that they haven't put the telephone poles up for it. It source of great frustration for me because I've got water in now, I've got sewer in, I've got the driveway in, I've got 3 RV spots set to go, but the electricity is not there. And I don't know if it's just because it's a small county or what it is, but they're having trouble. They have not put they've been talking about it this is 3 months now, and it was supposed to be any day, and it hasn't happened yet. So I'm getting frustrated.
It's the rainy season.
Oh, it's not a big deal to put in a telephone pole in the rainy season. They can do that. But it's like within a mile of our property. I think they're running it into the rest of the Woodlands, which is the development that we are in. There's another sale there coming up on April 16th. They're out of the smaller parcels, and now everything is 12 acres or more. So if you didn't get in early, you're not going to get anything small. You gotta get at least I think a 12 acres. That's the smallest one that they have left, and we'll probably be there on April 16th. I'm hoping. I'm not real optimistic, but I would love it if we got the electricity in. We have 2 more things we have to do on our property, Bill. We want to put the electricity in, And then as soon as we do that, we're going to build at least one concrete pad for our main parking spot, the one that we'll use most of the time. And we don't want to put the concrete pad in if we have to, because we have to run a trench underneath for the conduit for the electricity and the fiber optic. But it's not there yet. And I just all I get is soon. Should be soon. So, but can you tell I'm a little impatient? Mom 23 AGS.
Beautiful night in Houston. Love hearing about your adventures. Planning our retirement trip down the Pacific Coast Highway this summer.
Awesome.
That is going to be so beautiful.
Oh my gosh. If you've never done that before, it is spectacular. It really is. For all the bad press that California gets, man, that Pacific Coast Highway, and it is just such a stunningly beautiful state. And the Pacific Coast Highway is gorgeous. You will love it. So congratulations. Tony Brackett.
When might you be posting the video on the Florida land sales?
This Saturday, it will be done. This is a site that we visited 2 weeks ago in called the Big Bend area of Florida. It's very rare to find property in Florida, RV property that you can actually own. And this is a small development. We will, I think that when we do our video, it's going out strictly to our followers. That'll be the first announcement. So when we get that there'll be a phone number or a website, and you can go to that and you'll kind of get ahead of the rush. They sell very quick because it's hard to find a spot in Florida that you can actually own. It's somewhat affordable. And this is in an area, it's only like 2 miles from the beach. And it's really a nice spot. So that video will be out Saturday, and we'll tell you all the details that we can. I still need to find out a couple more things, but we'll be editing that this week. So next Saturday. Hey, our buddies Davis, Tandy, and Buster.
All right. Absolutely spectacular weather today. Awesome.
Yeah, it was. And it seems to be throughout the whole southern region and all the way out to the East Coast as well. So, yeah, this is great. It's here. TNA Treasures.
We are ready to retire and ready to RV full time, but worried about leaving our brick and mortar home with everything going on in today's society. The war, gas prices, and everything else.
Well,
I don't know what area you live in of the country, what state.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how safe your neighborhood is.
There's always something,
and
right?
You can never worry about war. Yeah. I mean, you don't know. It's best you not know what can happen. Like being married to a journalist who tell me all these things that could happen. I'm just like, I don't.
My motto is, I showed you that on a shirt on the beach today. It was a great shirt that said, "Don't get tripped up by what's already behind you." I thought that was
they're not worried about what's behind you. They're worried about what's ahead of us.
I know, but I thought that was a great sign. But
my
point is,
that's a very good point as well.
You don't know what's ahead.
You don't know if you're going to get in a car accident tomorrow. Yeah. You don't know. The bolt of lightning could have hit you.
So you have a couple of choices. You can live your life wisely, but enjoying it, or you can cower and hide and say, "Oh, I'm going to wait," and maybe that is the case. It's a big step to go full time when you already have a sticks and bricks home. So if you've not gone out and done a really long-term extended RV trip, we would urge you to do that and hold on to your house for a while. I wouldn't. You say you're worried about leaving it behind. We've been doing this for 10 years, and there are lots of ways to be safe. Ring and those internet phones. I have a whole network of cameras I put up in my house, and I get anything comes on my property. I see a video. I get a note on it. We have neighbors that check. We have security systems, and that's all you can do. I mean, it's probably more secure when we're not there than when we are. So worry or go, but be smart about it. Gas prices, if you can afford an RV to go full time, that's not going to stop you, because yes, they are expensive, but that's, you can handle that if you were able to get an RV, right? Now there are some people that are very, living marginally in an RV, and it's going to be hard for them as inflation keeps going. But My suggestion is do the best you can. What's yours? Now you tend to worry more than I do.
Yeah,
About stuff.
I'm more the cautious one, the one that thinks about everything that could possibly go wrong. So I try not to do that.
Yeah.
Because that's not a good way to live life.
You are going to have a great time. You really are. So go do it. Tony Quiones.
We want to use it to explore where we want to move when we retire. We're thinking about Tennessee. Any great campgrounds that you recommend?
Oh gosh, where? I mean, Tennessee.
Big state.
It's a big state, and it is. You have the Smokies on the east, and Knoxville down to Cherokee, North Carolina. And the Smoky Mountains. Those are just fabulous. And there's a million campgrounds down there. We like the campgrounds around Cherokee, which gives us great access to the park. And then there's mid Tennessee. There's a great KOA at Nashville.
Yeah.
Within an hour, within a 10-minute drive of the Grand Ole Opry, our favorite place in Nashville. Then there's further east. We're in mid Tennessee, where our property is, but right there is a fun campground called Mousetail Landing. Mm-hmm. And then you're off into Memphis, and there's lots of stuff in Memphis and up and down the Mississippi on the west end of Tennessee. To the south of Nashville, you've got Lebanon. You've got just all sorts of great areas as you head towards the Alabama border. So
the Tennessee Fitness Club.
Oh yeah,
we had fun doing a story on that one.
I wonder if they're still in business.
I think they are. I get a notice every now and then.
I started, I'm not going to tell you that because I'm always telling you I'm starting my keto diet today, but I did start it today.
Yep.
One day successfully.
Well, that's because the kids are gone.
So maybe we
Party's
should.
over.
Yeah, it was a party. It's way too many snacks, but maybe we should go back to Tennessee Fitness Spa. Jennifer, last time we were there, they didn't make it, but Jennifer taught water aerobics, and I went around and did a video and had a great time and lost a lot of weight. They made us eat healthy.
Yeah, we ate healthy.
That was great.
It was fun.
So, Tony, you're going to love camping in Tennessee. Rich Kurtz.
Strange idea. Has anyone ever thought to put a floating campground on a barge that would cruise up and down the Mississippi with RVs on board?
I think there used to be. I don't think there is anymore, but there used to be somebody that would do that.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. And, you could stop and visit all the little communities along the way, maybe do a little exploring, but I don't think that there is. If you know one, let us know. But I think there used to be, but I think it went out of business. It's a great idea. It'd be fun. Jeffrey Robinson.
Wondering if you have a satellite phone. We're going full-time in June, heading west, and thinking of getting one.
I think if I was full-time and I was going to spend most of my time boondocking, I would have one. But we don't have one. We've never really needed one. And now with Starlink and its fantastic internet service, which is only getting better every single day, the need I would have for one, even boondocking in remote places in the West, is pretty much satisfied by the fact that Starlink is such a great communication service, and it's not dependent on the landline or cell phone towers. So I probably would not get one, and I would urge you to try it first. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at how accessible cellular coverage is around the country now. Mm-hmm. These networks have in the 10 years we've been doing it, the networks, when we first started, we were without service a lot. Mm-hmm. And then we got boosters. We don't even use a booster anymore because everywhere we go, there's pretty good cell signals, even in wilderness areas. So hope that helps. Christy Fain Anderson.
I know you're enjoying your Tennessee property, but curious as to why you wanted to buy it. Why you want to buy property in Michigan as well. Isn't that where your home base is? Yeah, that's why we want property in Michigan. Northern Michigan, there's a lot of really pretty property. The Upper Peninsula we like best.
We decided it's just a little too far from our Sticks and Bricks home and from two of our kids who still live in Michigan and the grandkids. But Northern Michigan would be an area, and I think that when we think of buying property in northern Michigan for RVing, we're thinking of maybe RVing a few years and then maybe building something there as a retirement home, if we ever really do retire, which I don't think will ever happen. But we love northern Michigan, and it would be nice to be able to go get away in the wilderness on our own land, in our own state, only a couple miles from our doctors and our kids and our sticks and bricks home, for the times when we're not traveling across the country. Because we really love being in an RV. If anything, we're thinking about selling our sticks and bricks home and finding another spot, maybe in Michigan, probably in Michigan. Unless I could talk Jennifer into moving to Montana, but I don't think that.
I think you want to move every place.
Yeah, I do. That's the thing about RVing. You fall in love with the whole country.
You do.
Yeah, and you do too. I know you like it. Yeah. Michael Peters.
Have you all heard of any of the manufacturers of RV plans and adopting a hybrid engine in the future?
No, they're all talking about it, Michael. I don't think hybrid. Everybody's experimenting and doing, concept vehicles with EV electric vehicles, but nothing that's going to trickle down to consumers. Nothing in the near future. 5 years from now, maybe. Tubla one.
Since I'm new, what kind of RV did you have before?
It's kind of the same. We've had all a bunch of them.
We've had Class Bs, road trucks,
camper vans,
and then we moved into a Class C, which some people call a B plus. And
that's what we have now.
Yeah, we are on our second.
And we've
Class
had earlier on, we had a towable trailer.
When we first started out,
and we had a pop-up camper. And we did a lot of tenting as well. So we've had a bunch of them. The thing we haven't had is there's a couple we haven't, but those are basically motorhomes of what we've been focusing on. Barbara.
Are you enjoying your Starlink?
Well, we're in Florida at our condo, and I'm waiting. I've used it to test it a couple of times, and it's been great, but I haven't set it up with the RV on a permanent basis. I'm waiting for one adapter to come from Starlink that was back ordered just for a telescoping pole, which I will attach to the back of our RV when we set up camp, so I can get the antenna, the dishy as they call it, up about 16 feet off the ground. I'm waiting for that one little adapter to come, and then I can set that up, and I'll be using it much more. I think we can even set it up and mess around in the parking lot here at the condo where we're at. But I'm waiting for that part to come, and it's been on back order for about a month now. So as soon as I can get that, I'll be able to use it a lot more. Tony Keonis again.
Traverse City, Michigan.
Traverse City is right up here in Michigan.
It's a lovely area. What are the current rates for long-term campground rent? 6 months or longer?
I don't know. We've never.
No idea.
Yeah, but I can tell you the day rates are 50 is certainly about the minimum. Well, for full hookups, 50 is a pretty common fee. Now there are some mom and pop campgrounds that are less. Mom and pop campgrounds are being bought up. They're just disappearing almost every week. They're being bought up by larger chains. The prices are then going up. They are a dying breed because there's so much money being shelved into the RV industry now and its related services like campgrounds. The prices are going up. Long-term rentals, a seasonal rental. I don't know many of them that'll do 6 months or longer. Those are mobile home parks, 6 months or longer. So I don't know where to test. It's kind of a different part. It's not really RVing when you're staying that long. Anna Berry, Chinandega is in Virginia. That's the island. That's the one I thought it was with wild ponies, but I didn't want to sound like I was dumb. Yeah. Did you see any wild ponies?
We need to go there.
Yeah. Yep. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but anyway, a lot of love, American Martyr.
Let's see. Do you use a generic flashlight, headlight, or high luminance flashlight? Rechargeable.
Yeah, I've got a bunch
of
each? Smaller. Yes, probably one of each. But the ones I use now just have AAA batteries. And I change them once a year.
One you keep that motion charges the battery.
Oh, I have one. Yeah, I have a crank up. No, it's actually a string you pull, and I have that. But mostly, I just use little batteries that'll work. Anna Berry, hey, 279 Canadian super chat from YouTube. Thank you, Anna. That's very kind of you. That's always encouraging to see those come through like that. Thank you. That's awesome. Bob Leach.
What's this about escapees meetup?
Yeah, it's in Lebanon, Tennessee, and it's in June. I don't know. We were going to go, but we had they asked us to do a seminar there, and we would have been delighted to do it, but we have another obligation at the same time that we're committed to. So we can't make it. They did ask us to come to the following one. I think it's in Tucson. The next one they do sometime. I don't remember when, and we'll see if we can work that out. But you have to go to the Escapees RV site, and you can find out that one. They're a great group to belong to. Nancy Einheiser. Nancy and Robert. Hi, Aunt Nancy.
Have you found a favorite fast-drying, absorbent, soft, packable bath towel? Our home towels from home are soft, absorbent, but take up space and take a long time to dry. Thank you. I have not. I've bought some at shows that were supposed to
be quick dry.
Yeah.
They just were uncomfortable. We didn't like them.
They were not real comfortable, and it took forever for them to dry when they promoted them.
Yeah, they promoted them as
drying. No. Okay. This sounds so funny. When we're on the road a lot, I can dry my hair, dry my body with a hand towel.
She does.
Yeah.
I said, there's a towel, and it's like this big. And she's, I guess got a much bigger body. I need like a blanket towel, to dry. But we haven't.
I bet somebody else out there has found some.
Yeah, somebody once sent us. They wanted us to test them and do a thing. Turkish towels, and they were just
kind of big.
I didn't like the fabric. They were big. They didn't dry any faster than.
They got really mad at us because we didn't review them.
Yes, they did. But you would not believe the stuff. Phyllis would nod to this. Let's get Phyllis on camera just so she nods. Phyllis, how many times a day does somebody ask us to test something and do a review? 10 times, 50, 20 times? Yeah. I mean, I've thought about it. I should do a post on it because some of them are just absolutely ludicrous. But this whole idea, so she verified it. You heard Phyllis. 20 times a day, we're probably getting somebody say, hey, influencer, would you do a story? We want to partner with you, and we'll send you a free this if you test it out. And maybe one out of every 60 or something would even think that you guys would be interested. But we always say, if we're going to do it, I'm going to do a review on it. And if we don't like it, we're telling everybody why we don't like it. And a lot of them will drop by the wayside. I had one. Nice people, they just kept going on about I needed to test these shoes out. Okay, so they're like not tennis shoes, but good walking shoes. So I said, okay, let's call it. I won't even say the name because I will probably put those in a video. But I put them on and they're so uncomfortable.
Well, your feet are not.
Yes, and that's why I don't think I'm going to criticize that brand because my feet are very hard to fit, and but it's just crazy. So we're kind of way off topic here, but the towels we end up using just what we use at home, Nancy. And
I was just going to say, since we're off topic,
we're always off topic.
I'm looking like it's like you have a little bow in your hair.
Oh, it
or
does.
A little ornament.
That's a lamp. That's a lamp.
So I think that
it looks like a bow. It does look.
Yeah, I keep looking and think, okay, what are people
going
to think?
Let me move over. Let's see. Where can I go? Let's see.
That's something that you have to look at before we get started.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Go small, live large.
Thanks for all that you do to drive the RV dream forward for so many. Your tenure of RV lifestyle is stunning. Many RV YouTubers are dropping out. Appreciate you staying strong.
There are a lot of dropping out. I've heard more and more and more, but to be full-time on the road for 10 years would be really hard. We're not full-timers. We're half-timers, three-quarters timers. This is our condo in Florida that we're at now. We use it as a base to explore the South. We have a place in Michigan, as many of you know, and we've bought RV land. We'll be announcing on the podcast Wednesday some other things that we're going to be doing. So, but all of them RV related. we're still fresh with it. And I think a lot of it is because we keep finding new things to talk about and to experience and to do. And
I think because we're not living full time,
yes,
we would have decision fatigue if we lived full time.
Yeah, it is. It's decision fatigue causes a lot of people after a while, because every place is different. And
where's the vet? Where's the doctor? Where's the dentist? Where do I buy groceries? Where are we staying? How long can we stay here?
And then, after you've been to Yellowstone,
several
times, and glaciers several times, I still love them. They're our favorite places, but we've done so many videos on them that it would be just another video. So, a lot of people, what do we do next? Where's our stories? And we have found a whole bunch of others that have done just what we are doing. And I don't know if we started this trend. There were a few that had done it, but now it seems like everybody has bought property that they're using for their RV. And I think that's a smart move, because having your own property, you always have a place you can go. You can stay as long as you want.
You have a place called home.
Yes.
I think the experience with COVID was very eye-opening, because we never thought there'd be such a thing as COVID, where people didn't want you. Go home. So it's nice to have a home to go to.
But thank you for that. We're still really excited about this whole thing. Yeah. Deb Meyer.
Where would you suggest to use to sell our RV trailer?
RV Trader. Go there. That's the kind of the Bible for advertising stuff for sale. RV Trader. That's where to sell.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Leach.
How does the Waggle camera work? Is there an upcharge for video?
No, it's an app, and you subscribe for a year. I forget what the fee is for it, but you don't have to pay daily access. And it's, as long as it's plugged in, you can access it through any, it's plugged into your Wi-Fi, and then therefore it's on the internet, and you can access it through a smartphone wherever you go. But there's no extra charge when you buy your whatever it is, $129 a year or something like that. I don't remember. That's a year's coverage of the Waggle Cam. And it's a good thing to have travel with pets, so you always know what the temperature is inside your RV.
What part of Michigan has RV lots for sale?
None. You got to find raw land. And maybe someday I'll do a story, but I'm not going to do it till after I find ours on how to find it. I thought it would be an easy process because we know Michigan so well. And we have been looking fairly intently for at least 4 or 5 months, and nothing yet. We're close on. We got some property that we think we can use. It's from relatives and friends, and we may do that for a year or so. But we're still looking.
Because you find something that sounds intriguing, but I don't want to buy something unless I go there and walk it.
The best is, should I tell it? We had a chance to buy a big parcel of land, 80 acres in the Upper Peninsula, in an area we really liked, from a private buyer. And but we couldn't, and the price was great. He was happy with the price, but we wanted to certainly look at it, and we were going to go look at it back in January, but there was 2.5 feet of snow on the ground, so you couldn't get on the property.
With a blizzard coming.
And then the next day there was a blizzard coming, and then we had to be
in Tampa.
We had to leave to Florida, and so we have not. And I've written the guy a couple of times, and I think he's found out that he probably was getting too low of a price, and he sold it.
And cold feet for selling it.
And I think in our case,
that's okay.
That's just a little too far from us. We want to be we have a rough idea where we want to be in the Lower Peninsula of Michigan. By the way, we'll have a travel guide on the Lower Peninsula coming out in a little later this year in the summertime. Teresa Bordeaux.
Can you do a blog post on how Canadians can buy an RV in the U.S. and drive it back to Canada?
I don't know. I'm not all those regulations, and
I think change.
Yeah, and Teresa, it's kind of a limited audience that would want to do that. I know a lot of Canadians have bought RVs and keep them in the U.S. in storage, and then they come down and use them, during the summer or whenever they're going to travel. But to bring it back into Canada, there's such a difference. The RV, you have different laws in terms of what the RV how it's equipped and what it has to have on it. I think you can import it back, but it's much too complicated for me to do, and it would take me
And it would be
a couple,
dated.
3 days to, and it would be dated. It'd take me several days to research it all, and I can't. So that's all I have to say is I don't know. David Goldfeld.
Do you have gas scooter that you would recommend? We don't tow a car behind our Intriga Odyssey 26D.
No, I don't have a scooter.
Electric bike.
We have electric bikes, and we love the electric brand with a capital L. We've had Rad Power bikes. They're great bikes. We still have 2 of those, and we still have 2 electric with the LECTRIC. They're on our partners page. We love those. Those are my favorite now. They're foldable.
And I think it makes a lot of sense to have a scooter that you could put on the back, 3 wheels with cargo.
Kind of like our that'd be kind of pretty good. Like
that you could run off and buy groceries or buy things. Kind of like a motorcycle with storage. That's what I'm picturing.
Tricycle, motorcycle?
Yeah.
Okay. It's another toy for us to think about. Ed Richards.
Check out the new Honda
Navi. That's a scooter. Yes.
Oh, that's a scooter. If you can find one, great little mini
moto.
Lightweight, fuel efficient, 50 plus miles per hour, top speed. 2 of us riding Hondas, quality.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Thank you, Ed.
Yeah.
Ed, you didn't get rid of your electric bikes, did you? You still got your electric bike.
So I need to look at what this looks like.
I'm not getting you a scooter. You can't have a scooter.
I can't say I can't have a scooter.
Okay.
Half the people out there will turn against you.
Okay.
Half the women.
Whatever you want, then you can have a scooter. You drive it. Jan Downs Rose.
Did you guys ever buy property on the Tennessee River?
No.
As of right now, no.
Yes, as of right now, who knows? We're going to go look at that when it warms up a little bit again. We looked at it.
That and the other thing, if I want a scooter, I can have one.
Okay. Well, actually, it'd probably be pretty good to have that. That'd be kind of fun going down those curving country roads with the scooter. Okay, I stand corrected on the scooter. We'll probably be getting a scooter for Jennifer. No, we haven't. We're going to go look at that development in April, May sometime. We went last year. That one sold out. We looked at one. We did a video, and they're now opening up a new one called The Landings, and phase 2 of The Landings. So we're going to go look at that. I saw it last year, and it was just barren land, but it was gorgeous land right on the water. So, but we haven't done it at this point, as Jennifer says. So that's one of our other things. That could be our summer place, and then the Woodlands is our winter place. But Robin Idlewild.
We went to our local county park this weekend to camp. Very nice. Had showers and fire rings, lots of open sites, $30. That's cheap for California. That is awesome. People forget about the local county parks.
Yes.
Some of the nicest parks we've stayed in were county parks.
Yes.
Forget about those.
And that's where the prices are pretty good.
Yeah.
In the county and mom and pop things. And like I say, they're being bought out. All right, we got time for just a couple quick more before we go, and then we got to get out of here. Cindy Trost.
Is it possible to find a winter campsite in Florida, the Tampa area, without booking a year in advance? Go find out.
Possible? Yeah.
I would say yes.
Challenging, very much so. But
where there's a will, there's a way.
Yes, and new places are opening all the time. But yeah, but now's the time to go look right now.
We've had several places that were opening RV parks, and they wanted us to go camp there, and that kind of fizzed out.
We did one, and we were going to go visit
another
1 or 2 and we just never got over
never did that.
But we'll have the video on the Florida RV lots that you can buy up in the Big Bend area. That will be on Saturday, and again, don't forget Wednesday. Watch or listen to our podcast. We've got some big announcements about some of the cool stuff we're going to be involved with and doing. And we can't wait to share that with you. It'll be fun. Charity Graham Dvorak.
And this is a hello from Bel Air, Maryland. What about winter RVing? Is it worthwhile? Yes.
Go look at the winter. We do. How many winter RVing stories have we done on our YouTube channel?
Yeah, quite a few.
There are a bunch of them. Just go there and you'll see how much fun it is.
And you're so proud of yourself, getting in your RV and
camping in the winter. Yeah. It's
and I mean, we lucked out once. We ended up we were like the only people in the
And
campground.
the whole campground was awesome.
And they even had a shower and a flush toilet.
Yes.
So it was luxury, and it was a campground that you can never get into
In the summertime, you could never get in. We were like the only ones there. It was awesome. Right off Lake
It
Michigan.
was pure heaven for Bo.
Yeah.
We have a Norwegian elk hound,
Yeah.
and he was made for snow. Norwegian is the giveaway.
All right, last comment. That's from our friend Ed Richards, who says he did not get rid of his electric bike. That's
Right.
good, Ed. Bring it to our gathering in October when we have that,
Follow him to
and
his grave.
we'll have some fun cruising the woods. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know time goes fast, and I know many of you have stayed right with us the whole time. If we missed your question, we'd love to have you send us an email. It's Mike and Jen at rvlifestyle.com. Mike and Jen at rvlifestyle.com.
How about if they do call in?
You know, I say that to everybody, and
We won't.
and they
we
don't
won't
do it.
help you.
So
If you don't look good, or if you make a mistake, we'll edit it.
yeah, that's our email address. The best way is like do a little video, hold it like this though, not like that. So it's full widescreen, and just record a question saying, "Hey, blah 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 blah," or whatever it is,
And say hi,
and then
from
email
whatever
that to us.
state, and my question is,
And
we'll
you should
put it on
keep
the
it-
podcast.
Keep it fairly short.
Keep it short.
It can be a comment. It can be a question. We would love that. Would make our job so much easier when we do these podcasts, because what we're doing now is reading all your questions, and we would love to throw some of your videos on like that. Hey, thank you for thinking of
And they
that.
don't need to be embarrassed. I mean, like, you got a bow on top of your head. They don't have to worry.
Yeah, I'll go back to my bow there. This is my
There's your bow.
Yeah. Oh well, you can tell we're at. Hey, this was really fun talking to y'all, and don't forget the podcast Wednesday. Lots of big announcements to make then, and next Sunday night we'll be announcing the availability of the Natchez Trace Parkway ebook, and on Saturday we'll have a really great, I think, very interesting video of this one place in Florida where you can buy RV lots and kind of do whatever you want on it, your land, kind of like what we do in Tennessee. It's very hard to find those kind of spots without a lot of building restrictions. You can find those in Florida, very hard, but we found one, and we'll talk to you about that on Saturday. So with that, we're going to go watch the sunset in Florida. Thank you, guys.
So happy trails.